It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see who can claim Big Apple bragging rights. It's the New York Giants and the New York Jets on Sunday night.
Take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium at East Rutherford, New Jersey. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the New York Giants and their inner-city rivals, the New York Jets. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Zerline set to get us started here, and off we go from MetLife Stadium. This fielded right at the goal line. Oh, good-looking return set up here. Isaiah McKenzie. He will score. Touchdown, Giants. So how about that? You want to talk about coming into a hostile environment and just silencing the crowd. They just did it.
Couldn't be a better start. There's no way. All week long, they've talked about having this type of a start, but I think they looked at it from the offensive team's perspective. You know, get the opening kickoff. You guys control the ball. A lot of people are now going to say, okay, now your offense, will they be out of whack? No, not at all. They're going to be absolutely happy. They're relaxed. They took care of business for them. They don't have any pressure now. They can just go play.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead. So how about that for an intriguing start? The opening kickoff of the ball game, return for a touchdown. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Xavier Gipson now from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. Under center is a 6'2", 225-pound signal caller, Aaron Rodgers.
I remember watching him in college and seeing a guy that you knew had great potential, but I don't know that anyone knew that we would see how he would blossom as an NFL player who will go down as one of the all-time great quarterbacks. Can make every throw from every angle with terrific mobility, and he knows how to win games, always in contention for a championship.
Rodgers going to the air to start things out. Pass thrown to Adams. He's got it on the crossing route. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Now Rodgers. Incomplete.
Rodgers pass intended for Tyler Conklin. Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. Slant to Adams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Dexter Lawrence finding his way through defensively for the stop.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. To throw is Rodgers. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far in the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Rodgers going to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
On first down, Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. It's Adams. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, they're not hiding who their central focus is on offense. Charles, he already now has 4 receptions here on this opening drive.
And I know people who are watching the game are thinking, did they forget about him in the defensive game plan? But it's actually been the opposite. They're giving him a lot of attention, but he's been very creative and savvy in his route running and finding seams and openings in order to create these completions.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. How about this opening drive? Play number 12 now. This is 3rd down. They'll run with Hall. Oh, look at the juke. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline. but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. On second down, a run with Hall. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
He gets it underneath to Hall. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a fourth down coming up. And the first play will be a field goal try from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Zerline's kick is up and through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
After the made field goal, Zerline back out there now to send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. The former number 6 overall pick of 2019, Daniel Jones, trots out to lead this New York Giants offense.
We knew about the great mind coming out of Duke, and we saw the athletic ability and the potential. Watching it all come together and get better with each passing year, that's been fun. He can throw it deep, throw it short, and of course take off out of the pocket and beat you with his legs as well.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he's got some space here. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And 22 more yards there and another first down.
Now that's a big-time run. Lightning in a bottle, forget it. He exploded out of the bottle for that type of a pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Singletary again. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 4. Throwing, Jones. Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter. They'll run on first down with Singletary. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
2nd and 7 from the 20. They'll give this to Singletary running right. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get first downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation, but I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
Now Jones. And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3.
A 34-yard attempt.
Gano's kick is good, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Rodgers' throw taken in by Adams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing now is Rodgers. The slant connects with Devontae Adams. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
2nd down and 3. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Throwing for the out route, he finds Wilson. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's Adams. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Rodgers in control as he hurries his guys to the line. Back to throw again. He goes right back to Adams. That's complete. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Rodgers now on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Adams. And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20.
I can't help but chuckle a little bit because at this point, it can't be a surprise to anyone in the building who's going to get the ball. They just keep feeding him over and over, and he just keeps on delivering.
On first and 10, here's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Now a second and 10. Here's Rodgers. Throwing quickly to Wilson. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Third and 3. Now Rodgers. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. Rodgers again now. Touchdown! Garrett Wilson from 8 yards out. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you got a brand new ball game. Zerline good with a PAT, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. Returning it, Isaiah McKenzie. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And the Giants with one final possession here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And just 18 seconds remain till halftime as they come up on first and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Second and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. He's airing it out for Williams. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, back to you two in just a bit. But first, welcome everyone to downtown Orlando and our EA Sports Halftime Report. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Second half starts with a run by Hall. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Rodgers now to throw. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Throwing on second and long. Rodgers. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
So here's a 3rd and 14. Throwing is Rodgers. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He juked him. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Javon Kinlaw, the big D tackle there to bring him down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Jones to throw on 2nd down. And his throw here is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Jones. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackled him for just a short gain.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
This is one of the dangers of going for the punt block.
And you know before you even call going for the block, it's a risk-reward play. So many factors come into it. They went after it, and you know punters, what they do? They leave their leg up in the air an extra count or two, hoping someone comes into contact.
So a big break. The roughing the kicker called on 4th down leads to 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Jones sliding out of the pocket. Able to shake him off. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
From the 38, Jones to the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Jones. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
A give up the middle to Singletary. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
Let's do it offensive, baby. Let's go. Make plays, y'all. Make plays. Let's have some fun. Let's get something going now. I'm on it, boys. Let's go, y'all. Hey, what we got? It's showtime, baby.
Here's a 2nd and 8. They go right back to Singletary. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety and being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on third down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
So Jones off, Graham Gano on here for the New York Giants field goal. Gano's kick is good, and they will take the lead at 13-10. Well, a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And New York set to take the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he'll find Hall. Now inside the 25. Breece Hall. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall, 78 yards. And the Jets have taken the lead here in this third quarter. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The possession switching back to the New York Giants. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 57 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Now 2nd and 3. Off play action. Jones. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it wants to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Jones. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return, and the Jets will take over. Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. He'll give it to Hall to start the drive. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. Open man here is Conklin, and he'll be stopped right at midfield. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Rodgers going to throw. And a completion to Wilson. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Rodgers. Out right, he's got Ruckert. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it's 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
From the 35, here's a 2nd down and 9. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He finds Wilson. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 15-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Touchdown, Jets. Garrett Wilson with his second touchdown of the night. And the Jets will add to their fourth quarter lead. And that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a two-score game here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team is playing, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Zerline good with a PAT, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Throwing Jones. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now Jones. He's got his target. That's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 14 yards through the air. Caught the D off guard on 3rd and 1. And in a 2-score game, obviously every play, every 3rd down like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and the Jets will take over here just shy of the 30. But here in the fourth quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll start on the ground. Hall, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You've got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he'll have a Jets first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. There's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give to Hall up the middle. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll go again with Hall. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. To throw, it's Rodgers. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
Thanks to his effort, they now have a big choice to make here. He just ran them into field goal range with that one, so here come the choices. Do they kick it here, or do they trust him to make another big play and possibly get a first down?
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They'll go for it. It's Hall. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. He needed 2. He only got 1. And the Giants are going to get the football back. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Here's 1st and 10. Here's Jones. Worked his way back for that sack. Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Jets as we say so long from MetLife Stadium.